Episode 9, 1879. We interrupt this regular intro because today you're going to see some of this, some of this, and some of this. We have 8 frigging days. All that and more in the realm of in-between. Hello gang, and welcome back to the realm of in-between. Now, I've got a quick exciting notice for anyone that has missed it. If you're not privy to the community posts that I post up on the YouTube page or to our Discord, I recommend going to check those out frequently. I have now put the map up on the Steam Workshop for anyone who is interested in. It comes with the mods and everything required to run the map on the right hand, well, it says on the right hand side, but you'll see a little link there when you go to download the map saying required items, and you can just download those as well, okay? So nice and easy for you to put in. It's challenging, it is a challenging map, but I hope you enjoy it as much as I am enjoying it. Right, today, Burger Hill want to get on the action. So let's go over the game plan today and see what we have to do. We now have our 2 trains here running between, well, it says Burger and Conmats, right? Because basically it's just outside of Burger. It's closer to Burger than it is Shaftesbury, even though we're using these Conmats. But Burger Hill have commissioned huntsmen to be able to produce tools for them. Now, Burger Hill, weirdly, it would be perfect if Burger Hill could get this timber here, send it up the hill, produce their own boards, send it around to the Huntsman Tools Factory, where then it gets sent back. In a perfect world, that is what we want to do. But it's not what we're going to do because Burger Hill can't afford to do that. They can't afford to build the infrastructure because they just don't have any money. They don't have any engineering prowess. They don't have the technology to do it. So they've commissioned Hankston to send their timber, which is going to the timber board factory here, which is going to then go to the docks, and it means our ships are then going to do a return service. Now, if we come down here to the docks, we can see, has our ship just left? The ship is just left with 45 Conmats on it, so it's actually starting to still build up. Now that we've got these 2 trains running, and we've got a lot of stuff up here, we're going to have to get these trucks changed out. We've got a lot of work to do, put it that way, because what's going to happen is we're going to send those timber boards up here to the Huntsman port. Then those timber boards are going to be sent over to here, where, look at this, we're in connection range to the actual tool factory. So those vehicles that are dropping between here, it's the delivery truck. No, it's this one. It's the other one. It's the other one here. It's the port one. So these port trucks here are going to be able to do bring timber in, and they're going to be able to take Conmats back. Perfect. Abs couldn't have dreamed for anything better for that. And then it means that these vehicles here, the actual delivery ones that go up the hill, we're going to have to change these out. Now, I'm going to change them right now so we get it done. And we're also going to put more vehicles on. We have 28 vehicles in total, but we're actually going to be replacing them. We're currently running the American horse-drawn carriage. So this is everything the American horse-drawn carriage takes with side stakes. Unfortunately, tools are not one of them. If we go to the cupboard, we can get all cargoes. Interrupt this regular intro those out because now. Today you're going to see some of this, and I'm probably going to add some of this, 4 more, and some of this. Gets me at a rate of 88. I want a higher rate because the town is sucking these up. Yeah, we want to get the rate higher. Let's get another 6. That's a lot of trucks, I'm well aware. But what it's going to do, it's going to increase our rate at which we can get Conmats down the hill, and we can get tools up the hill. And if we have a look here, we're soaking up 98 of that to get to here before we can even get stuff down to the Huntsman port, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that and just keep bolstering that up, because we are pretty much making, well, when the trains are landing, they're actually doing some good money now. But the purpose of this exercise is not only are we going to have our ship running 2 directions with product, we're going to have our trains and our horse and carts here all running 2 ways with products. That means these 2 trains will get 2 products. That means we'll end up getting vehicles driving up to Burger Hill to deliver the tools, and so on and so forth, right? Now, you're probably thinking it is a bit of a waste with these timber and this is here. It's just how the story goes. We've even got timber up here, right? Like these guys are just doing their thing. They're just doing a thing. And look, we've got a tools factory here we could be sending over to there. But Well, actually, that would make more sense. We just wallop a train all the way around there. But we've already got this way. We've got the ability to do it. I'm just going to send it. It's going to make more sense for us to make money this way. Because at the end of the day, we're all about making money and keeping on top. And to get these connections making money, it's best to have it going in a two-way direction. Right, so now that we've got that sorted, we actually have to work on the trains because we need to be able to have the trains manage the vehicles. Now, we're running currently... which side stakes? These ones? 7. We're running these ones, okay? These cars... Are we running those cars? Are we sure? I'm not sure. Are we running these ones? I think we're running these ones, okay. We're running these ones. So you can see they only take timber, steel, planks, and comets. Now, that doesn't include tools. So, what we're going to do is we're going to switch to these. Now, it's less, right? These are 8 ton. These are 6 ton. So, they're 2 ton less, which means we can probably put a few more on. But what it allows us to do is run combats and tools. Is there anything else that runs combat and tools? Not on your life. So, we're running the British 4-plank open long wagon. At the moment, we're running capacity of 84, right? So, we're going to try and get about the same capacity. I did go ahead and knock off a few to 84, 85. That shouldn't be too much longer than what we originally had, because what I've done is I actually went ahead and knocked a few wagons off these because we weren't filling them straight up all the way to start with. So these should be okay for turnaround. We can't modify that. That's going to be 7 million ham. Oh yeah is right. If I can get this modified now, it'd be brilliant. I could get everything in place and then I could do the saving part of the episode where I have to cut out a big chunk just for saving. But you can see here they're running full. Yay, it runs full. And just in time too. Look, I don't think it'll take long for us to make the money, because if we check the scoreboard here, look, these are minimal. Still minimal to about here, but this big deficit is probably just what we bought. But our combat trains, the Burger Hunt combat train, actually is starting to come in and make a little bit of profit now. So we're actually doing all right there. And you can see we've got plenty of combats on the deck each time a train has to come in, plus some. So that's not a real worry. So I guess what we'll do, while we try and replace those wagons, we might go ahead and... You know what? I've got a better idea. To start with, why don't we replace half? So if we do that, right, and then we add these, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we do that, it's 3 million, and that way we're probably... Yeah, we're still bringing back a half decent amount of tools, and I reckon that still might be better. And in fact, I reckon we could probably we could probably do this to start with, just until... Okay, let's try this again. I think maybe we start with 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 each would be enough. So 2 million. That still gives us capacity for 86. And then it gives us a capacity here for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30, 60 tools to come back with. All right, can we hurry up and get that money in, please? We're not far off that money. 2.6. Oh, we've just lost 8. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put 6 more of those on to make sure we've got 86 capacity. In the meantime, let's let the money build up there. Let's go ahead and get a connection now from here down to here, which I think the easiest way is going to be we try and run off. Put the bridge into here. I think what we try and do is we try and run like down this way. That's fairly out of town. This already has a connection here, doesn't it? We've already got a connection to here. Can you get a straight shot connection to there? Yeah, but you're adding such a big rise and lump here. If you go like that, we'll try and meet up with this over here. Well, where's going to be better? You come down the hill. You're going to have to do some weird turns either way, aren't you? Alright, what we're going to try and do here is just try and follow this along. Right, just like that. Right, and we're going to take you through. We're going to keep just following through until we hit up there. You sure you want a tunnel there? No, I don't really want a tunnel, but I'm going to do it anyway. You are, aren't you? I did. That's going to be a much better straight through shot for us there. Right, so where are we going to put this? We're just literally just going to put a drop off here. The drop off is over this side of town, so we're actually going to go. It would be better if this was actually all connected. It'd actually be even better if that was connected there and that was connected there. I can't believe I'm paying for the town to put its own roads in. What's with the half roads? Like, just do a full connection would actually benefit everyone, because then I can do that or that. Gives us a much better spread. That would give us a much better spread. It really would, wouldn't it? If I did that there, what do you reckon? And I'll show you. We'll do that, right? And we'll do this. Add a street connection there. Yep. Right. And what that allows us is a connection between all of that. Kinda, sorta. Kinda, sorta. Can you make this cargo spot a little bit bigger? Kinda, sorta. Sorta. What if you then look? I know it's taking a little bit of money to do this. We're supposed to be saving money, but what if you actually just ran that through there? Then would that get us a better connection? The whole point of this. There we go. The AI did it for me. Brilliant. The whole point of that is to get a better connection out around this way and to be covering that area, because eventually we might get machine parts here. Okay, I'm much happier with that. So down here instantly, we're going to have to do this. Okay, I know this is going to cause us to chew up funds. All right. It's not, this is not where I want to leave this. When we get better vehicles in the future, the actual cargo depot will probably go up here. We might even get terraforming going on and get a really nice sort of section up here where we've got things rolling nicely and looking really good. But for now, it's just a means to an end, okay? Having this in like this. So we're going to go a new line, and we're going to go from here up to here, right? Just so we can start these tools off, right? So we're literally going to call this tools. No, we're going to call it burger tools delivery, and it's going to be via truck. Okay, brilliant. Now, that's that in a hat. We can buy vehicles later on. We don't need to get it now. Although we're close to getting in the amount of money we need. But we have to come down here and tell the timber yard here that's receiving all this wood. It's got not got much stored, has it? It's got plenty here. We need to probably upgrade these vehicles. Right, we've got 10 vehicles on that can be switched out for. Let's go with the American horse. I like the American horse drawn. It looks kind of, it looks like the right vehicle to have to be transporting timber. I don't think anything else takes much more, does it? Hillcrest Sawmill, new industry founded. Place them with that, and then let's get double again. Okay, that's going to hurt the bank balance a little bit. Then let's get this, and we'll just extend that out a little bit further. Okay. All right, so that's going to help increase the amount of timber we're getting into the yard, which is what we want. Now we've also got timber coming from, we're going to need it coming from this yard too. Manage the vehicles. We've only got 2 on that. Okay, replace you guys with the same. And then we'll get you guys. And you know what? Because you have a longer distance, I'm actually going to send some vehicles from here. 2, 3, 4. Let's put you guys on that Hank Timber Supply number 2, okay? So we'll have more trucks on that one and less on the other because the other's closer. You go away. And then let's get you expanded out because the industry down here is about to go kaboom, okay? So we've got our ship that comes into port here, which is fine. It's now not going to be combat, it's going to be running 2-way, which means we're probably going to end up putting 2 ships on this at some point because we're going to need the supply of timber. Now, the good thing about this is we probably could end up using, once Burger Hill starts getting its own supply, it can probably start to set up its own thing. We're about to lose our machines factory here. Am I worried about that? There's nothing I can do about it at the moment. There's no point in saving that. I cannot save that at the moment. It's just done. It's just done. Yeah, okay. The trials and tribulations of business ownership, eh? Right, so down here we've got that drop off there. We're going to need a pickup point now put in place. It's a shame. I wonder if we can get a nice little crossing here. Well, we've got that crossing just there. So just go with that. Literally, you're just going to have to drive it across, aren't you? Yep. I go like that, and we go 20. Just give me a slight nudge that way, and there. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Bit of a... Actually, I actually don't mind that. And we've got a little bit of a driveway up into it. So I'm actually all for that. Okay. That's fine. That'll be how that goes. And eventually I probably could tuck this road to come straight around into the back of it too. So why not do it now, just so it's done, and then you can get the idea of what I mean. Ooh, kind of tight. Don't know if it's going to work. Not going to work. Damn, that's a mistake. Okay. I'll leave it there for the moment. It can just be there for the future. Okay, so I probably could move the station along a bit, but I'm okay with how it is now. So we need a line that goes from here. And it needs to just drop down in here. Well, here's the thing. For the drop-off point, I don't need to confuse this up. I could literally just put a drop-off point just here. That seems like a nice little drop-off point. Because that has connection to all of this. Right? So we can literally just pick up from here. And drop to there. Right? Nice little loop. And that way it's avoiding those in there. Eventually, like I said, when we bring stuff into the future, this port will probably it'll get reworked and redone. It might even just get expanded or expanded down this way, and the old port will stay, and the new port. So we'll have new port and old port, basically. Okay, so that's done, and then name that line and just give it the timber color, and we'll call this. Actually, it's more of a planky color, so let's go like that. Planky, hankies from plankies. So we're going to call this planks. No, we're going to call it Hank. Hank Plank Port Delivery. Hank Plank Pork Delivery. Welcome to Hank Plank Co. My truck. All right, so we're gonna put a couple of trucks on that. I just have to make sure we've got enough money now to do our trains, which we will shortly. And then, so I want to do the trains first. So then when I put the trucks on, we're ready and rip-roaring to go and do everything. All right, we almost hit 3 million then. So get ready with your trains here, Ham. You can see how many combats are on the deck here now. But we could even run more trains. Okay, pause for a second. Configure. This is gonna rinse the balance a little bit. Manage the vehicles. You too. Let's do this. So we said we'd take off 4. Add 6. Yeah, add 6. And that's... Oh, we're just outside how much? That still gives us a capacity of 86. Bang, done. All right, so there they are there. So they're still running fine. Absolutely fine. What it means now is we can tell the game, hey, we want tools sent in here. And to do that, what we're going to do now, we need to make more money. But we need to buy vehicles and set them on Burger Tools Delivery. So, oh, we've got new European covered horse-drawn carriages. Or we had them already and I haven't seen them. I don't know. We may as well. They're 1 ton. What have I got that's going to be quicker up that hill? 4 at 1.5 ton. Probably cheaper to run the... Oh, we can't get the little Asian ones anymore. The Asian, they take 4 at half a ton. These are 1.5, 2.5, 2.5, 1.5 at 5, 1 at 5, but I can't use it, 1 at 5. We'll go with this one. Okay, once we get some more money in, now we're rinsed, so we've got to wait for that money to ka-ching in. And good, this is looking good here. So, are we getting a goodly amount of combats on the deck down here? 64, that's almost a full load for our ship. So, look, and even more coming down. I wonder if we should be setting an expansion down here. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that we're gonna have enough storage, but it's what generally happens is if you don't have enough storage, this starts to slowly tick back down over time. So yeah. Anyway, what do we got on the deck down here? We've got plenty of tools being here. We probably want to increase the amount of vehicles that are going to be on that, but for the moment we have the vehicles on there. We actually just need to be able to, here we go. We actually need to be able to source the vehicles. So we said a couple of these. Let's go 6. Let's put those on Burger Tools Truck Delivery, and then we can eventually get more on there, but for now 6 is a pretty good number to start with. And as for down here, we're going to go with the same ones. Are we? We only need timber. No, we're going to go with these ones because they look timbery. Let's go 6 again and set them on Hank Plank. Hank Timber Supply. Hank Plank Port Delivery. All right. So, now. How now, brown cow? In turn, we should start... Well, once we get timber products down here. Are you guys doing... Alright, I'm just going to set everything to zeros. 0, 0, zeros. We don't want anything waiting here longer than it needs to. We want this timber in and in. So we've got 1 stored. Are we producing planks yet? Oh, we are. We're absolutely producing planks. Okay, brilliant. Right. Things are working, which means in turn, that's brilliant. We're going to be getting timber sent to there. If we look at our consumers now, it probably hasn't switched in. Burger Hill, it should be our consumer. But we'll be able to see here, if we look at this, consumer will be, yeah, Huntsman Tools Factory. Right. Already, I'm going to tell we probably are going to need another ship down here. Already. We've already got 15 on the deck there. Hunstanton Tools Factory? No, you are not. You are not, game. Oh, crap. Do I need to get a boat there ASAP? Oh, the ship. Okay, I've got to do something. Here. Game. Oh, we're 1.3 in the hole. Oh, gang. This is it. This could be the end. This could be the game saying, middle finger to you, Ham. Okay, hang on. I've got some money. Hang on. Ham is on his way. Can you believe this? I'll try and get a ship to you as fast as I can. Okay, I just need something cruddy. You there. Yeah, buy. I can't even buy it. It's 550,000. Come on. The other ship's gonna get here by then. Buy. Set on. Go. Come on, you get in here now and you pick this up and you send it down there. Hurry up. You better not be going the other way. Come on, this way. This way. Yes, good. Hank cargo port. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. Get in it. Just get into the port. Get into the port now. This is nerve-wracking. Why? Why, game? Oh, this game gives you a heart attack. Okay, go. Go. Let's manage the line too. Let's tell you not to wait that long. Just get in and out. Okay. We're going to keep tabs on this. I'm probably going to do a bit of a time-lapse thing here just to see. Alright, so. Alright. Here we go, team. I'm going to have this. I'm going to put this just here. We're going to be on here. I'm going to have that up. Oh, are we going to be able to do it? Put your money where your mouth is right now and let me know in the comments section below. Is it going to make it? Start time-lapse now. Oh my gosh. We have 8 days. We have 8 frigging days. We have 6 days. I don't think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna lose it. 5 days. We're not gonna do it. Oh crap. 5 days. 3 days. And we don't have a vehicle close enough by. It got so close. It got so close. Can you believe that? Can you actually believe that? Well. Well. We have to come up with a new plan. Okay. We have a tools factory up here. Unfortunately. Oh dear. Are you serious? Deadly, Ham. Is there some way you can still get the timber here, then get the timber up to here, and then get the tools sent over to there? Not unless you put a train line in that would probably, we could make a train go flat around to there, deliver up to the hill, and then come back. Holy moly. Holy moly. I kind of, and you know, this might be a bit of cheating, but I'm disappointed because I really like when I have factories in towns, and I'm really disappointed that I've lost that factory from this town. I am actually heartbroken, and I really kind of want to put it back in. The whole reason that kicked off that industry was the fact that there was a tools factory there. So I feel like the game has kind of cheated me in a way because it said, okay, we're happy to send, because you watch here, now there'll be nothing being queued up here now. It will say here, consumers, no one, right? Because it's actually run out. So to me, in my mind, I feel justified in putting that back because it was told it was getting timber, but they're shut down anyway. So, Hams, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put this factory back in here, and I don't care what you say in the comment section down below. I'm justified in putting that in because we knew that we were bringing timber in, and it was working. Give me a second. I'm going to go to sandbox mode. I'm going to put that factory back in, and then we're going to keep cracking on with what we're doing. Okay, so I still feel justified in my action here. I'm going to put this in with you guys so you can see. I'm not going to do anything untoward or cheat or anything. This definitely, though, I feel ripped off because the game had said you can have the tools, you can have the timber to send up there, and then it inadvertently stopped me. Okay, so what I need to do is I actually need to get rid of this road first because I want to put it back in exactly the same spot. And then I will get rid of sandbox mode again because I don't like to play with sandbox mode. I don't like to do this ever. And if you've known my playthroughs before, I do not like to do this very often or at all ever. Can I get you down about that level? Thanks. Yes. But I will actually admit I actually feel a little bit ripped off by what just happened. You can make your own. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear what you think about that. Okay. Have I got that connection back there? Yes, that's... So, you can tell me what you think. And here's the thing. I could have probably cut this and edited it and made it in a way such it looked like we saved it. I'm not about that on this channel. I'd rather you form your own opinions and you can let me know what you think down below. Because I'd really like to hear if you think I'm justified in the fact that the game said, yes, you can have timber. We will send the timber on a ship up to here and you will get it there. And then it will get converted into tools. The game had already said we can do that. Yet it then deleted the factory anyway. So to me, that to me feels like it needs like the game. But it's not so much a bug. But the game mechanic might need a slight adjustment. That's just how I feel. You can let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of sandbox mode now out of here so we can crack on with our playthrough. Okay, with business as usual down here. Oh dear, oh dear. We do have two ships running pretty well at the right distance as well now. So what it will mean is timber now has started to form back on the deck here, which is brilliant because... well, it wasn't happening, basically. Now, the other thing we're going to be doing as well, mind you, with these ships, is we're going to be running fuel and sending refined fuel right down to here as well. That's not probably this episode, but we want to send it to one of these fuel places down here so we can start producing fuel. It could even go up to there. But yeah, so it is what it is. Really unhappy. Like, we almost made it, though. We almost made it. And the fact that the timber had landed on the dock, that to me is close enough. I'm not going to harp on about it anymore. I really would love to hear your thoughts down below, though, what you think. Do you think I should have just sucked it up and we should have gotten on with it? Or do you think I'm justified? So you can let me know down there. Right, it will mean that if we look at this, I mean, it probably still says, because it's still waiting for timber to arrive, which it you can't tell me that timber got deleted off the deck there, did it? Did that timber get picked up and delivered down here? I think we may have lost it. Okay. Well, it is what it is. So, It just is what it is. Right. So with Burger Hill now getting tools, it means that eventually our trains are going to run two ways, right? We look at our finances every second year. This train's looking like it's going to be making good money. These two trains. We're really going to rely on getting these tools pumped out, and get that sorted. Is there? Wonder if there's bigger ships. You're taking 70 of 70. How many have you got on the deck here waiting for when we get back? 28. Have things been interrupted since? I mean, we probably could put more vehicles on this line. I'm thinking maybe another 4, right? And what that's going to do, it's going to bolster up the line rate and frequency at which we can get that stuff from port back to here, which is in turn going to help us in the long run. Okay, brilliant. With that section of things in the books for the moment, there's not much more we can do over here. I've got the line rate and the frequency going pretty good for this because you can see we've got more commets on deck than not. And in fact, if anything, I could increase the train capacity to actually see how. The only thing I always worry about is their turnaround ability. So if you make the train too long and it backs into here and it's still not past the corner crossing here, or the V crossing here, it won't be able to get that way. So hence the reason why I never try and make the trains too long when I'm doing reverse trains like that. For the moment, we can always make them longer later when we're making good money. Either way, we're still making good money at the moment. Steel, was the machines factory down here, but nothing, it's gone now. Yeah. If anything, I probably should have gotten rid of that. That would be perfect to send over to Burger Hill with another train line, but like I said, I really wanted these running two ways. I wanted all these trains running two ways because that's how we're going to guarantee going forward we've got a good stable economy and we can start making money. All right, so down here, we want to look at now getting Stroud, because remember the whole purpose of this was Stroud wouldn't connect. Stroud wouldn't accept connection with Rift or with Hankston until Hankston and Rift would allow the food factory to be used by Stroud, and in turn food had to be delivered to Hankston and Rift, right? So there was that diplomatic sort of congestion there between Stroud, Rift, and Hankston. Well, now that Hankston has all the conmats coming in, the infrastructure can now go in place between Stroud and Rift, and they can start to share all resources on the map together, which is going to be brilliant going forward. Poor Hillcrest up here, they're sort of alone in the dark for the moment. They're just going to have to suck it up a little bit until future deems that money is going to allow us to be able to get up and down hills at a significant cost. So what that means now is we now have to figure out a plan of what we're going to do to get these farms down to here. And the easiest way is we're going to have to establish a train station in Stroud that's going to incorporate freight and passenger. We're going to have to allow trucks to be able to run into said freight yard. And then we're going to be running one single train around here. Now, it seems a bit redundant to be running farm products up into town and then running the train back past that town. I would rather do that than pay for two trains and one train just doing one shunting thing. It's not a bad idea, but I'm thinking what could happen is potentially we put freight on the outside here, which then runs down that way. And then eventually we can extend the freight line over and beyond down to the back here. And we have a passenger one on this side down here. The other option is we put a freight station in here because eventually this will be a port right here that connects into Huntsman, right? So Huntsman and Stroud will have their own port connections here because the next port down is Hankston, so there's quite a distance there. Okay, so they're the kind of options I want with the freight station down in here. It probably makes more sense to put a freight station here with that port connection that's going to go in here. It does mean it's a long way for that food to come here to have to go back down there. So potentially we could just piggyback we could just probably run a little shunting train down to here. Stroud Chemical Plant closes in 180 days. That's that one there. That's for goods. That would have been really handy to keep. Nothing I can do about it. We literally We don't have any product. Hey, did that say it closes? In 180? Oh, it's this one up here. Okay, well I don't care about that. That one would be handy to keep. Let's go ahead now and plan this out. This could be subject to change, but for now, we're going to run it like this, okay? We'll go back and check on our money as well very soon. We could probably just hit play. We seem to be making a half decent click on the coin here at the moment. Now, we do have this little mountain range just here as well. I wouldn't say mountain range, but hill range just here. Eventually, as also with these farms, I will be painting in these farms to make them look like correct farms as well. All the decoration stuff we'll get to further down the track. But for now, it is what it is. Can I just get a little bit of smoothing there? It's going to cost me a little pretty penny, but I would rather have that. So eventually the train line's going to come over there. This, if you think this is no joke, this is no joke at how much this rail's going to cost here. If we get our bridge here, and we want to come from about that height to get that bridge over there. Yeah, sure, 92,000. Bum, bum. You're looking at about 12 million thereabouts to get that over there. Six if you go with the stone bridge there, right? That's what that expansion is going to cost. That's why we didn't just plumb that in to begin with earlier on, and it's why we're not just going to plumb it in now. It's going to have to wait. The first connection will be getting Stroud hooked up to that food place and getting Stroud's food sorted. Once Stroud have that sorted, they're then going to get it out and about and share their farm with these guys here. Also, we've got some trams. It looks like beautiful steam trams. We're going to have to get those in and have a go at those. They're going to be beautiful to see. All right, enough talking, Ham. You've done a lot of talking today. I know I have. I also don't care. Right, up here we're going to go conventional port. Are we? I did want to use one of these. Key swing bridge. Oh my giddy odds. Look at this beauty. We've got all of these wonderful things to play with. Is that a train line with the swing bridge? Shut your face. It's a key with a swing bridge. Wow. Okay, that's going to be fun to play with. Oh, wow. Quayside Cargo Basin. Oh, wow. Look at that. How does that even go? It goes when you've got enough money. Quayside, passenger quayside cargo. Where is my cargo? All right, we're gonna go. I'm not gonna put that in yet. We're just gonna go regular train station, please. This one we're gonna go. I'm gonna plan this for the future. 320. It's gonna cost a pretty penny to put in. Do I want to really do that much now? Yes and no. It's gonna sit about here, right? So the train, when it comes over this way, it should probably line up with that. But then the port's going to be out of whack. And look how nice. Well, actually, if you do this, you can actually get an idea of how your port should sit in terms of the grid. So it will sit like that. So, in fact, that is the correct way to have it. So the train line is going to have to run like that. Right, which means the train will bend around. You'd be better off putting the port in first. I can't afford to put the port in first. You know what? If that's the case, go to 240 and just go to 2, and we can adjust the train station later. Yep, good point. And if that's the case, so we'll just get it in its rough place now, because later on I can then move that. Yep, that's what I'll do. Right, so down here, though, we're going to be running the passenger line down here, and potentially the passenger port will be down this way. So for this, we are going to run a passenger line. We're actually going to go with the regular game passenger line. I'm going to run with 3 tracks through here. And the reason why is because I want a bypass track for freight to run through. right? So I want to be able to have that line for the freight to run through. And then instantly we're going to get this connected up to here. We also have to put our tracks in. So where is your bypass track going to run? Is it going to run down the inside or the outside? So the passengers will come over the top and in, so they'll come like that. And then we'll run the freight line around and under that way. Yeah, okay, that's brilliant. Happy. Right. Doesn't have to be super quick. It's literally just going to plug in like that. Right. And the reason why is because when we have, eventually when we've got 4 or 6 or 8 train terminals here, because don't forget, we're going to have freight running down here. We're going to have freight running up there. We're going to have freight running down this way. So this little hub is going to be quite busy, much probably like this one. They're both going to be quite busy freight hubs. So eventually 2 tracks is not going to cut the mustard for that. We're going to run you like that just for the moment, and you run through there, and then you bypass this way down the coastline. Right. For now, we are going to run a shunting train just here. How do we want to run this? This food factory, because it sits up a touch higher too, buildings wise, can I actually have, what do you got for, that's a passenger through. Where's your freight? Show us your freight, mate. Right, let's go to the 120 if we can. Is that a through? And can we get, is it only single? It kind of bites. I'll be honest, that bites. Right, keeping the road nice and flat. And then we want to just get you. Yeah, brilliant. So you can run from there up to there. Nice and flat like for me. Right, so that's going to be my border section there, which is going to give me my section to now put my train line in just here. It's just in the worst spot. You are just terribly in the worst spot. The reason why is because I need that road like over here, like I said. Even though it's not going in now, that has to be able to do this basically. I can't do that when I've got a train line so plan. All right, let me tell you what's in my head. The train line's going to come down. It's going to pull into the station. It's then going to come back out this way and go around. Okay. If I had have put the train station out here, it comes around. It then interferes with the road. It gets messy and all that sort of stuff. Now, at least, it's just going to cost me a tunnel and it's going to cost me a little bit of track. We are going to keep you level. You are going to be that. But we're going to quickly switch you to that. Okay, I don't want... and then I'm going to fill in the land a little bit more as we go. If you can come up to here. Are you back on land there? You are. I'm going to go with another bit of bridge there. It's expensive to put that bridge in. But it is what it is. And then it's going to come around this way like that. And it's going to stay nice and flat. And we're actually this is going to be a really nice scenic ride through here. Because we've got a bit of tunnel. We've got a bit of hill action. We're just going to keep it nice and flat all the way through. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to chunk out this road. The road can always go back in later. Roads don't get preferential treatment. And in fact, the road can actually... Well, no, because are we going to run... No. So this is what we're going to do. The train station here will actually have 2 tracks. Like that. Right, so we're going to have the trains bypassing through there. One of them is actually just going to be shunting from here, right? So this one here is actually going to be connected up to that one there, right? Look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, it just goes around it goes under the big spire just there, right? So that, to me, is brilliant. That's going to be really pretty to go through. It's going to be some great scenic views. And then this one, obviously, we just keep following around this way. Right. We do a little cut through there. It's going to cost us a pretty penny. And we keep, and then what we do is we connect back up into there. But that's where we're going to connect up with next time out, gang. Yes, oh yes, that's right. How are we doing down here? Are we getting timbers into this place now? Still not with the timbers. Oh, it's on the deck though. It's because you weren't running in fast forward. Yeah, so next time out, we're going to continue on with our build here. We're going to have to try and nut through this build and figure out the best way to do things. We're then going to have to set connections up over here. We're going to have to get the passenger line into Stroud from here so we can get connections between Hankston, Rift, and Stroud. Because eventually we're going to be bringing Citrus Hills and Ducking into it, and potentially even Lions Rock. Because Lion Rock, what I've said before, is this is all part of the lowlands. Now the lowlands still will incorporate Lions Rock. It even incorporates Huntsman and Fossil. So all these towns are classified as lowlands. Okay, the lowlands stuff. The mountains are like Runcorn, Hillcrest, Burger Hill, New Mills, Tweed. They're all like the mountain tops. Shaftesbury's kind of like an in-between, isn't it? Well, it's kind of in the valley. So yeah, so when I talk about lowlands, I talk about all the towns that are basically on the lowlands and on the wets, on the plains. Okay, right. So I'm not complete. I like it all up until here. I don't like it here, so I'm probably going to do some adjustments to that line there. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. But I need it to be the way it is, because eventually we're going to be running train line basically over to there, right? So we've got a connection like to that. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this. So we can get some shunting trains in and out of here. We can get a road connection over to there. So you see how it all starts to plug and play a little bit, and how it's all going to work, right? You can get the kind of gist of it. How are we doing down here now? Have we got that timber being picked up? We do. Does that mean you're starting to get stuff stored? We probably need more ships on there, to be honest, but it is what it is. Is that just from the money I've been spending on infrastructure? I think it is. Hey, there we go. Now we're starting to get stuff stored. Does that mean you're going to put tools back on the deck? Yeah, we've got tools, gang. It's going to take a while for the tools to be stored up here. They're going to land on the deck here. It's going to take a while for that to build up. But in the meantime, it's a start. And yes, definitely let me know what you think in the comment section down below about this. I feel justified, and I'm not going to change mine. Even if your opinion is different to mine, and I totally will accept the fact that you think it might be wrong for me to put that in because it's not part of the game. However, I feel like the game mechanic had already said, we're going to send timber to there. It had already given it. And then this said, nah, I'm going anyway. Feel like it's a bit unfair. So if you think about it this way. I had to pay to put the building in. So realistically, I've paid to put the business back there and keep the business running. That's how I'm going to think about it, and I'm willing to take an L in the meantime for it. That's my justification, but I'm happy to hear what you think in the comments section down below. Right, I'm looking for a track ride we can do today. You know, I think with everything going on down here and the stuff we've got going on now, I kind of really want to do another track ride on our little passenger train, just so we can drive through it a little bit more. So I think today's track ride is going to be back on our little passenger train here. There's the old toot toot there. We'll let it just speed up and get in here. Hello, little toot toot. How you doing? 23 or 26. You're not making brilliant money. Let's see what happens when you land. And yes, that's it. Thanks for joining me on today's craziness. A lot of talking, I'm well aware of that, but as we go through this series, I have to give a lot of explanation as to why I'm doing things, I think, and as to the rhyme and reason, because I'm doing things that you probably wouldn't normally conventionally do in the game. Right? Just we're at the tail end. It didn't flip-flop, just so you're aware. All right, so I'm doing things that aren't what you normally conventionally do. Next time out, I want to look at some trams as well. So converting some of these these carriages into some trams for passengers. I think that'll be really nice to check out. But thank you definitely for joining me today. We'll get turned around here. And thank you for your time. As always, I do appreciate you guys stopping by to hang out and check out some Transport Fever 2. I've always loved this game. I'm always going to love this game. I'm always going to be playing it on this channel. And to have you all around means the world. Right, we're going to go at 2 times. Please enjoy this track ride. Please stay safe wherever you are. Stay glued to your screen for plenty more. And I'll see you guys very soon. Get out of here.